Hello, options traders. So I know that I've talked about how the butterfly is my favorite trade, and it is my favorite trade. That said, I'm in a situation right now in this RUT Butterfly that I just opened here. Again, paper trade, just opened 5 days ago. And I want to show you, I mean, this is not normal, but this butterfly, this RUT butterfly, the RUT has blown totally out of the upside of my tent. So let's just take a look at the market here and see what this looks like. I mean, this is the RUT. It went from 2034 to 2250 in 5 trading days. That's bigger than a 10% run-up in a major index. I mean, this is just not seen. So, you know, while normally the butterfly is a relatively moderate, tame trade, when you do get an explosive move like this, particularly to the upside, it becomes challenging. To the downside, not as challenging, because when you go to the downside, volatility increases. So adjustments that I make to that, I get more money for the adjustments that I make. So that helps in a downside move. In the upside move, volatility tends to drop out. So anything I now go and sell against this, like a call spread, which you're going to see me do here in a minute, I won't tend to many times get as much for that. So this is the original position here. And again, this was a 10 lot, and this would be down about $3,500 right now. So what I did is I modeled taking out 5 of these call spreads here, which is essentially would raise this right wing. And then when I do that, I'm moving call spreads further out. So this is the original trade. And we can see here there's, you know, lots of bad stuff happening. Not only is it down a fair amount, but I'm now negative theta. This is decaying against me on a daily basis. I need to get that back to positive theta, meaning that I need to get the tent, I need to get the price of RUT back under my tent so that theta is working in my favor. So again, the way I did that in this case is I closed out 5 of these. Yes, I'd be closing those for a loss because, you know, the market has just blown through those. And then I'm going to come up and I'm going to sell some further out. Now, this market has run so hard and so fast that there aren't even interim strikes up here. I can't go to a 23.10, a 23.30, a 23.40. Even the CBOE didn't envision that RUT would run that hard that fast, so they don't even have options open there right now at this point. They've got the 50-point wides, and I don't want 5 50-point wides, so I've cut that back to 3. I'm only doing 3 of those that are going to be that 50-point wide. So I'm closing 5, I'm selling 3. That now gives me this new configuration. And we can see again that a couple of the key things that have happened here that will hopefully benefit the trade from here if RUT finally starts to stall and back up, which I have to believe it's going to at some point. I can't seem to pop that out here, but let's see if I can. Yeah, there we go. So we can see that I'm back to positive theta. I'm 43 positive in theta, where here I was negative theta. That's probably one of the biggest factors I need to keep in mind. Now, I did pick up additional risk to the downside in this trade. I need to be cognizant of that as well. But that risk is a long ways away. And if I wasn't comfortable with that level of risk, I could come in and I could close out some of these put spreads, which would be closing out at a profit. Not enough profit to offset the loss I had on this side. That's why I'm currently at a loss in this trade. But again, there's a lot of time left on this trade. I mean, there's another 2 months in this trade. So this is a way of adjusting the butterfly. There are lots of different ways of potentially doing it. In this particular way of doing it, I've also greatly reduced my negative delta. So here, I'm 19 negative delta. Here I'm 9. That means that further up moves is not going to hurt me as much. And I'm leaving it a little bit negative delta because, again, I hold an opinion that RUT is hugely overvalued at this point. This is just mind-boggling, quite frankly. I haven't seen a move like this unless it's what we call a dead cat bounce. If you get a huge sell-off like COVID, where you have 6, 7, 8 days of giving up hundreds of points, you could get a 100-point rally. But I've never seen off of an already strong market this sort of a rally up. So very unusual, difficult in the butterfly world. This is the one move that's tough to deal with. But this is how I have dealt with this. And I just wanted to update everyone, since I did talk about how I would share ways that butterflies get adjusted. So that's it. Take care.